Hello, and welcome to the 1000 day Teyleen Q&A session video. You decide. If you're new here, my name is Teyleen, and I've been making art every day for 1000 days now. So I wanted to do a little Q&A and answer some people's questions that they may have had about this project. Okay, so let's get into the questions. I'll set a timer in the corner here so this doesn't go on too long. But yeah, let's get started. Does this mean that you are also 1,000 years old now? Yes. Aaron Townsend asks, favorite movie you've seen this year? A movie I saw recently that I really liked was a movie called Notes on Blindness, and it's on Netflix. In your overall art, what inspires you? Music artists, other visual artists, life? I find a lot of inspiration from all over the place. Definitely in nature and just like on like signs and anything that has kind of graphic design built into it, or even design. I'm always looking for cool elements and textures and things like that. But practically on a day-to-day kind of basis, I think I get a ton of inspiration from Pinterest. I've been using it for years and collecting images there, so I'll go through like all thousands of images I've been collecting and find inspiration there. Specific like music artists, I think the best example would be Tycho, the music project made by Scott Hansen. I've been massively inspired by his work and his music. Have you considered branching out to other mediums? YouTube perhaps? Documenting? I have. I've done, not really. I've done like a little bit of video stuff on YouTube. Video is definitely something I would love to get into more. I think I've made a few good videos I think kind of encapsulates what like Teyleen could look like in video form. I'd also love to start creating music, which is something I've started recently, because I think a big plan of mine is to create transformative experiences for people. And I think the best way to do that would be through like a visual medium with also audio involved as well, and then something, maybe even like a space you can actually be in. So something you can walk through and there's like this beautiful music and there's all these things to see. I'm really interested in kind of experiences like that. And I think as my work goes forward, hopefully before I hit 10 years, I'll be able to make something like that and share it with all of you. Oh, this is a good question. What encouraged you to start making a new piece of art every day, and what keeps you here? So for me, what started this daily project, I'd actually been making art like this for a while before I started doing it every day. But when my son was born, which is right at the end of college, it was like this big push for me to become kind of everything I dreamed I wanted to be, like the person that I always envisioned myself as, but I hadn't really like got there yet. Because I wanted to be a better person for my son, be like just an awesome dad. So I decided to become a vegetarian and start making this art every day, kind of right at the same time. And they both just they were things I had been thinking about for a while, but just hadn't really dove into and tried it. So yeah, that's kind of why I started, and what keeps me here every day is that I love it. I definitely would not be doing this art every day if I didn't love it. It makes me feel like me. Yeah, I don't think I could stop now if I tried. Hi from Mexico. What is the most difficult design you have ever done? Love your work. Thank you so much. That is also a great question. Some of my like really complex ones, I'll put some of those up right now, have taken me a really long time, but also some just like really simple ones take me forever. And it's like, I don't know, the complexity of the piece doesn't always mean it took me forever, and vice versa. If it's super simple, doesn't always mean it took me like 30 minutes or something. Yeah, some of like my most simple pieces have taken me hours and hours. So I don't think I've answered your question here, but hopefully in the supporting material on my left and right, you have seen some of the pieces that were really difficult for me to make. Moving on to the next question. Someone asks, what programs do you use? A huge reason why I've been able to make art every single day for over 1,000 days now is because I make all of my work on either my phone or my iPad now, which has really just been a development in the last year or so. But yeah, I love mobile technology, and definitely being able to have everything I need in my pocket to make my work is just revolutionary, because I can be standing in line, I can be in the car, anywhere I am, as long as I have a free hand, I can be working, which is really cool. But I didn't answer your question. Here are the apps I use. iDesign, Visco, sometimes iColorama, Superimposed X, and Lens Distortions. Someone asks, do you sell prints? What a lovely question. I actually do sell prints and t-shirts like this one. You can find links to that on my website, Teyleen.com. There's a little tab now that says store, and that'll take you there, and there's lots of cool stuff. And if you got something, that would be amazing. Okay.
That is true. But also, I think the best way to support me now is through my Patreon page, which you can find linked below. I'm actually doing a special right now. Anyone that signs up for $2 or more, that's here. I'm sending out prints to everybody. So go check that out. Okay, sorry. Enjoy the Q&A.
Okay, also that person asks, how long does one piece take on average, and how do you know when a piece is done? Also a very good question. Sometimes, a design can take me 30 minutes, the whole thing, start to finish, 30 minutes. But other times it takes me over 4 hours. And I think I found that generally it's all kind of just in my head. When it takes me a really long time, it's because I'm nervous. I'm worried about making it really good. But the best days are when I just kind of approach it with a good mindset, and I sit down and I'm not trying to beat myself up at all, and I just kind of keep working, and I'm making things, and some of it's not good, but I'm not trying to hate myself about it. And eventually I found if I just continue that process of kind of a gentle process of creativity, I always can make something that I'm proud of if I try long enough. And the way I know it's done is it's just this kind of feeling that I get. This is a very peaceful feeling, I don't know, I just feel like I've done it. And yeah, that's also a reason why sometimes it takes me forever and sometimes it doesn't. It's sort of like a meditation practice for me. I finish basically when I feel good. I don't know if that's how meditation works. Oh, and then someone else asks, is your art meditative to you? Do you think you'd feel weird if you didn't do it daily? Absolutely. Kind of like what I was talking about before. I really do, I think I have a kind of an ideal for my art that hopefully it helps other people, helps them relax a little bit, and helps them just take a moment and take a breath, really. But also it is that for me. That's really why I do it every day. It's because I need it. It helps me feel like the best me I can be. What have been some of your favorite pieces throughout the 1,000 days? I have my battery. Dang it. I have to get a new battery. Be right back. Okay. Here we go. Which battery was the dead one? I don't know. Sorry for the interruption. Back to the questions. This is a good question. What are the major differences you see in your work between number 1 and 1,000? I do a lot more photo manipulation now. It used to be I just have a photo and then I just put stuff on it and then I color grade it and that's it. But now I've started doing a lot more like effects on the photo, manipulating it, changing the line work, things like that. What I think is a good thing, but I'm always trying to be mindful of like, don't overdo it. All right, next question. It's a good one. What was key for staying consistent in making 1,000 pieces? Even for days where you weren't motivated, I guess, like, how did you keep going? Definitely sharing it publicly really helps. Like, even if there's not that many people watching, there still is this like pressure of like, I don't know, you just don't want to fail in a place where like people could see it. So that has really helped me do it every day. Like I think I should do something like that for like brushing my teeth or like exercising. Yeah, I think that's probably the variable that has helped the most, is just sharing it with people and trying to create like relationships with those people, to create sort of like an accountability system, or like you feel like people are expecting this, people are looking forward to it, and you don't want to let them down. Also, you need to find that within yourself. Okay, we're getting too deep here. Are you proud on the whole of like all 1,000 designs? Or are there some that I just did just to kind of like complete the project and like get one done for the day? I really don't think I ever just kind of like half-assed a design. There are definitely some designs that just due to like a time crunch, I posted and was like, I wanted to do more. Like I really wanted to do more with this one. But the funny thing, and I'll show one of those here, is like, I remember distinctly one of the designs I made like that, and it was like really popular, and people like really liked it. Not that's what like I'm always trying to do, is like make popular ones, but it was just interesting, like something that I thought was like, this is garbage. Other people were like, wow, this is really cool. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Oh, great question. Where did you meet your wife? This is the best story. I met my wife in elementary school. She was becoming the 4th grade vice president. I was becoming the 5th grade vice president. And she seemed super cool. We didn't talk until middle school though, when I was Rapunzel's prince and she was Rapunzel in the school play. We fell in love, we dated in middle school, and then we broke up, and then we got back together at the end of high school, and we had a crazy dream to get married young, and that's what we did. What is my favorite color? My favorite color, I think, is yellow. It's not like a color that like I really wear that much or anything, but it's one that I always have liked to try to use in my designs, because I feel like it's like a hard color to use. It's like a bright color, it stands out. So I've always tried to find ways to like tastefully use it. It's just always been very interesting to me. Zach asks, what has been your biggest takeaway from this project, and how would you encourage other artists? The biggest takeaway for me is just that I've been able to do it. I really didn't know, when I first set out, my original goal was just to try to do it for a year. I didn't even know if I could do that. And then I did that, and then decided, okay, but what's the next crazy thing I could do? Maybe I'll try to do it for 1,000 days. Like, that's nuts. And I was like, maybe I'll screw that up and I won't be able to do it. But I did. And I think just to be able to say that to yourself is a really powerful thing. It's just like a kind of like a monument you can always see, like, I did that. And I think if you can find things like that in your life, it is very helpful. And how I would encourage other artists is, A, don't be too hard on yourself. I think artists tend to be sensitive people, and we're really hard on ourselves, and that's not good. You should find ways to be kind to yourself. I'm not that good at it, so still trying to work on it. But also I would say just start. Everything you make in the beginning is not going to be perfect, but a phrase that's always stuck in my head is that like ideas are nothing. You have to make them real. If it's just in your head, it's not doing anything for you or like the world. So whatever you can do to just get your ideas and your things out there, even if they're not perfect, even if they're not good, like it just being done and out there is so much better than not doing it at all. Choose your top 10 designs. Okay, I'll put them up here. Boom, boom, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This one will fill the whole screen. 10. I don't know why that just got so intense. My mom asked a question. Yes. Okay, you've been creating a design every day for a long time. Do you have a favorite? If so, why? Similar question. All-time favorite? I'll try my best. Okay, we'll go with this one. Question from I Am Cute, one of my favorite artists ever. What made you gravitate to the distinct set/style of graphics and colors that you use in your process? I don't know. I have to know. I should know. This is why. I've always loved making geometry and abstract shapes. Like since I was like really little, I would just like color full pages in like weird color blobs. Yeah, I've just always loved making shapes, and when I've kind of like stumbled upon like putting things like that on top of photographs, it just made me feel like I was a little kid again. Somebody asks why I'm so cute. It's because of my mom. She's so cute. We are getting to the last questions. Woo! I don't think I answered this question. What camera do you use to take the pictures? It used to be I always used just my iPhone 6S or all the other iPhones I had before that. And then like 2 years ago, I got the Sony RX100 Mark V. And that is an awesome camera. And I use that to make like the Tales of Teyleen videos. And I've been using pretty much exclusively pictures taken with that for like the last 2 years, which has been awesome. And now that I have the iPhone XS, I've been using that a lot more. Okay, that's all the questions. Thank you so much for all the questions. I had so much fun answering them. I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for all your support, your interest in this project. It truly means the world to me. Thank you for sticking with me for 1,000 days, and here's to the next forever, 10 years. I don't know how we're gonna do that. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for watching.